Earlier today, May 29th, 2025, NCSoft concluded their anticipated livestream event dedicated to Aion 2. For those waiting for concrete details on the sequel, this stream provided a significant amount of information. We're going to break down the key announcements from gameplay mechanics to release window updates and discuss what it all might mean for the future of this MMORPG. Before we get into the specifics of the reveal, it's worth remembering the context. Aion 2 is NCSoft's Unreal Engine 5 sequel to the beloved classic, aiming to be larger than their recent title, Throne and Liberty. The promise has been a return of iconic flight, a greater emphasis on PvE for a global audience, while still incorporating team-based PvP. The question has been, how will they execute this vision? Visually, the Unreal Engine 5 showcase was, as expected, impressive, with detailed environments and updated character models. NCSoft is clearly leveraging the engine for a large-scale world. Of course, the true test will be how this translates to performance on a wide range of PC hardware and how seamless this massive world truly feels in practice. Flight is central to Aion's identity, and its return was a focus. The presentation showcased enhanced gliding and hinted at more dynamic aerial movement. The potential for flight to be more deeply integrated into exploration and even some combat scenarios is there. It remains to be seen how impactful these evolutions will be beyond traversal and whether they introduce new layers of skilled play. On combat and classes, the stream offered more of a teaser than a deep dive. The combat shown appeared fluid, leaning towards an action-oriented style, but specifics on targeting systems or the depth of class customizations are still somewhat under wraps. We saw what could be revamped classic archetypes, but how these will differ or what new specializations will emerge is something the community will be keen to learn more about. NCSoft reiterated their commitment to more substantial PvE experience in Aion 2. They showcased concepts for a rich main storyline, new dungeon designs, and large-scale world bosses. For many, a strong narrative and more diverse PvE endgame will be a welcome shift. Me personally, I'm more of a PvP guy myself, so I'm not really too happy about that. For PvP players, the message was one of focused, team-based encounters. Instance battlegrounds and arenas were confirmed. Regarding open-world PvP, the language used, limited open-world PvP scenarios, suggested a more controlled approach than the original Aion's often free-for-all PvP VE in high-level zones. This might appeal to a broader audience, but veteran PvP-focused players will be watching closely to see if it satisfies their desire for high-stakes conflict. Now for the part you've all been waiting for, here's the latest timeline. The global launch is still slated for mid-2026, with NCSoft now indicating they are targeting Q2 2026, assuming development progresses as planned. The initial Korean closed playtests are confirmed for next month, June 2025. This will be the first real-world test of the game's systems. As for the global beta, no firm dates were given today. NCSoft stated that information on global testing will follow in the months after the Korean playtests, so for many of us, it's still a waiting game for the hands-on experience. Briefly, NCSoft touched on their monetization strategy, using familiar terms like player-friendly with a focus on cosmetics and convenience. As with any new MMO, especially free-to-play or freemium models, the community will scrutinize the details of this very closely when they are fully revealed to see how it impacts progression and fairness. PC remains the primary platform, with potential console cross-platform features still under consideration for a later date. So what's the overall takeaway from today's Aion 2 livestream? It's clear NCSoft has a grand vision, the move to Unreal Engine 5, the ambition in large scale, the attempt to balance a richer PvE offering with Aion's PvP legacy are all significant undertakings. There are promising elements, particularly in the potential for evolved flight and a more narrative-driven PvE experience. However, many crucial details, especially around class depth, endgame systems, and specifics of monetization, did not come out. The upcoming Korean playtest will be the first real indicator of how these systems are shaping up. That's the breakdown of the major points from NCSoft's Aion 2 livestream reveal. What are your initial reactions? Did the presentation meet your expectations, or do you have lingering questions or concerns? If you found this analysis useful, consider liking this video to support the channel. You can also find a written summary of these points and other gaming news on our website. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.